Hi everybody, this is Felicia. I'm here with the very first layout for round 8 of the series that I am doing with Hannah, Megan, Christina, and Sarah called For the Love of Homemade Kits. So as you can see right here, I am using a brayer to put down some of this acrylic paint, and this is golden acrylic paint, and it's a heavy body acrylic paint, and I'm using my brayer to spread it around because I want a different kind of look here for the background of this layout. Because the photo was taken in San Francisco where there's a lot of fog, I kind of wanted it to, be a little bit like foggy-ish, I guess. That's what I guess if there's such a word. Anyway, so I'm using one of the new Ali Edwards inks, and I'm going to ink this background stamp because this is going to be one of the layers that I'm going to be putting under the photo. And this is a cityscape, and that's by Studio Calico and Hero Arts, and I've had that stamp in my stash forever. Oh, anyway, so I'm using it, and I usually use it for background stamping, and it really looks pretty cool if you use it for embossing as a background stamp as well. So um, right now I'm doing that, and I'm going to be cutting it down a little bit too as well, so that I can get a good layer underneath the photo. And I'm cleaning it off. I got to make sure I clean it off because the Ali Edwards, excuse me, stamps, inks is pretty. It's like a pigment ink, and it takes a little while to dry. So now I'm taking that paper from the Dear Lizzie Saturday collection, and I'm going to be cutting out some of those buildings because this photo is of San Francisco, which has a lot of tall buildings in it. I decided to go ahead and cut these individually out and make a nice little mini little landscape below the photo that I'm going to be scrapping on this layout. And if you look to the right there, you can see the photo. I'm going to show you in a minute anyway. And the photo is of the Golden Gate Bridge. And that bridge is very famous. It has a lot of history attached to it. And unfortunately, it has a lot of other unhappy history that goes with it. A lot of people died building that bridge during the time when it was being built. But the bridge itself is really amazing. And if you're wondering how I got that photo, I was actually on a boat and we had went under that bridge, and I wanted to get a good photo of that boat of that bridge there from off the boat. And that's the only, I've got more pictures too. I got underneath the bridge. I mean, I have everything. But that is one of the many big bridges in San Francisco. The New Bay Bridge section, that is new in San Francisco. And then the older Bay Bridge is still standing, parts of it that is. They are disassembling it a little at a time. So with the top and the bottom layers, now that one is going bye-bye. So it's really interesting to see a bridge of that size to be dismantled. But the Golden Gate Bridge here that I am scrapping, that is a serious monument for San Francisco. I really, really, really encourage you, if you haven't went across that Golden Gate Bridge or if you haven't walked across it, you really should. Um, it's just really interesting on how that bridge is still standing after all these years. I don't even remember how old that bridge is, but it's up there. So now I've glued all of the little buildings down here, and I'm putting that little piece of border there down. And the paper that I used here was from the Basic Gray Urban Luxe collection, and I like that color. I decided to print the photo black and white so that I can use a whole lot of color here, and that's what I've been trying to do a lot of lately, is print my photos out in black and white, because a lot of times I don't have the photo to match some of the colors that are in a lot of the papers or the kits or anything like that. So I decided to go ahead and make this photo in black and white so that I can use all the colors and things like that, even though the only color here for the layout mainly is one of the buildings and the background paper and that border strip at the bottom. Oh, and it's going to be a couple of things, the washi tape, which I thought was a cool idea to do. So I'm just going to tear that in half, and I'm going to put half at the bottom and half at the top. So it creates a little border there so that it doesn't look like the bridge is floating in in midair, or the buildings. And so I decided to go ahead and do that with that, just to kind of give it some, enclose it inside of something. So, and it really turned out pretty cool. I like how the colors pretty much almost go with this entire background paper. It really helped out there. So, all right, so I'm smoothing all that down, getting it done. And this is almost done. I'm just working around the title here, which I really like that font. It was the perfect font for this photo. I mean, it really, I like it. So, and I forgot what it was because I don't have the layout in front of me. So, and I really should write this stuff down. I think I'm going to have to start doing it. I think I'm going to make a 2017 pack to write down everything that I use on the layouts because, oh man, it just gets really, you just don't remember sometimes when you're doing the voiceover. I know that Marcy Tierra, aka Tracy Banks, has an ingredients listing, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use that and start making sure that I mark that down more often. Um, anyway, so I'm using some of these chipboards here. Now, the chipboards was not originally in my kit. I brought those out because I needed something else white on the page here. And I am going to use one of the white arrows there that are in that chipboard thing. And that's part of the, that's actually from Ali Edwards' shop there. So you can find those chipboard. And it's just a lot of symbols, the @ symbol, the hashtags, some arrows and things like that, and ampersands. So it's always good to have something on hand for that. And I decided to go ahead and add some buttons, as you can see, and I forgot to record it. That's why the buttons just magically appeared. Sorry about that. And I'm going to go ahead and add another building in that gap right there because it was looking a little crazy. It looks a lot better with the extra building there. And that's what I wanted to make sure that the layout had at least, you know, some of the buildings on there, which I thought was pretty cool to do. I really enjoy putting those buildings and stuff down and cutting them out. So now I'm going to do a little bit of the journaling. And the journaling pretty much talks about in names with the bridges, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. But that was one of the interesting things. That's the closest I think I've ever gotten to underneath that big, humongous bridge. I mean, it is a huge bridge. So I decided to go ahead and get that really, really good photo of it. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate all your comments. Your comments are so welcoming and warming, and I appreciate the fact that a lot of you look forward to the series, which we were not sure, we didn't even know it was going to be going this long. So we definitely appreciate all your beautiful comments. It really is very helpful and encouraging and inspiring for us to continue to bring you more inspiration as far as building your kit from your stash and then working with what you have in that kit. So be sure to tune into Hannah's, Megan's, Christina's, and Sarah's channel to see their first layouts. I know you're going to like them because we all look at each other's channels and we all love each other's layouts. So just be sure to tune into their channels. I want to thank you guys for watching and take care. Bye-bye.